So let's get started. There we go. So Greenlight actually did a recent poll to try to figure out why VR and AR is moving so quickly. Right? It's a pretty attractive technology. There's a lot of interest in moving across that adoption curve, and they found out there's quite a lot of people that are not only interested but very energetic about what's coming. And the reason why I get to talk to you today is I'm actually probably the farthest on the right side, and I'm hoping to move you guys into the realm of finding out why this is an important technology for us moving forward. So you've probably seen my kind out in the wild. We're a little weird out there, but we're energetic on showing you guys what is out there and possible. This is actually the equivalent of seeing somebody with a cell phone the size of a suitcase, and this is going to change moving forward, but we're starting to get out there. There's a recent announcement from Best Buy that in the next couple of weeks, actually, they're going to start releasing virtual reality stations in all their stores. So that for this Christmas season, when you're trying to find out what to buy for Johnny, they're going to have the ability to try out all of the Oculus Rift, the HTC Vive, the Sony PlayStation VR, the Samsung VR, and it's going to grow. And businesses are growing fast in this, right? This is a number from the IDC that in 2020, we're going to have $162 billion in worldwide revenue for VR and AR. This is a big play for every major company. I mean, it's Microsoft, Google, Facebook, Samsung, Sony, every entertainment industry, and big players like Steven Spielberg and Jon Favreau are already starting to do VR movies. We're going to hit this in the short term of showing you guys what entertainment's like in the future. And I always put this slide up, because I always love these two pictures to show you that even with this new technology, there's going to be some push from the world on moving this into normal state, right? So as you've seen the stories about people with Pokemon Go that are using augmented reality and accidentally walking into traffic, or the self-driving cars that have their first accident, VR is going to be the same thing, right? It's a technology, it's escapism. It allows you to step into a new world and experience presence, which allows you to forget your pains, and in that we're going to have to moderate that as we send that out there. And I love this picture from Google Glass. They tried really hard to make virtual reality and augmented reality fashionable, and it's going to take a long time for that social stigmatism to go away. So, but with that, as they always pose like this for some reason, in Oculus Rift and HTC Vive are the kind of two big players currently. Actually, just across the bay, they're having the Oculus Connect conference currently, and they're going to be talking about the Oculus Touch controls that are going to be coming out. They're going to bring them to the next realm to compete with HTC Vive. And HTC Vive even just recently announced partnerships with NVIDIA and their new business version. So they're going to have commercial devices with HTC Vive. So it's going to start showing up in businesses around the world, and real estate companies and medical devices. But with that, actually, the things that interest me the most and what I think is actually driving the industry the most, when I talk to all the different companies that are doing virtual reality and all the companies that are doing augmented reality, there's an interest on how we can use this to actually connect with people around the world. This is actually a great shot. They started to bring Gear VR around the world and to show people that would likely never travel the great experiences that you can see in the world. You can look up and see the Sistine Chapel. You can stand atop the Mount Everest. And it's a powerful tool in sharing things that normally are inaccessible, and also important experiences to understand where we are at as a civilization. And there wasn't a dry eye in the house when this special came on. This was actually a special from NBC News on tearing down the walls. So using virtual reality with children and organizations like Child's Play and Extra Life that bring video games and virtual reality to kids that are in children's hospitals for pediatric oncology. And they've done medical studies to find out the power of this to reduce pain in patients and to help them escape from the troubles they're experiencing. And I had to show a slide towards Peter from Minority Report to switch gears towards augmented reality. Virtual reality is really the long play, but augmented reality is what we're going to start seeing in the short term. It's a powerful tool. It allows us to augment what we do, and it's going to help us be more productive. And I think, as Tim Cook and a lot of other people have said recently, AR is really what you're going to start seeing in the next few years. And one of them is actually really close to my heart. This is a project called the Autism Glass Project. Personally myself, I have two young boys that are 6 and 8, and they are both autistic and on the spectrum. And this group uses Google Glass with a camera and facial recognition and machine learning and AI to teach emotion to children. And luckily, my children were able to receive the graces of the UC Davis Mind Institute and thousands of hours of in-home therapy, the best you can do today. And the best you can do today, again, is thousands of hours of slides showing kids, what are little cartoon character faces and how that actually plays towards emotion. And the Autism Glass Project is changing that. So to show you just a little quick video of this. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, so you can see that as he greets the individual, you'll see in the top right, it's able to determine that they're a happy individual. And graciously, we have actually in the audience, Catalin Voss, so I'll have him stand up so you guys can meet him after this. So Catalin is the founder of the Autism Glass Project. And it's an important initiative, right? This is taking a basic understanding of facial recognition and bringing it to thousands of kids in the world, teaching them how to understand emotion. And most children take anywhere up to 18 months to receive services or don't even receive services around the world. So this is a great example of just how augmented reality is going to help us reach new heights in medical therapy. Now, I work at the fourth largest software company in the world. It's growing really fast, and I can tell you one of the first things I thought about when I saw the Autism Glass Project was I cannot for the life of me put names to faces. I'm one of those people that I meet people all the time and I cannot remember who they actually are. Yes, there are others out there. And imagine a world where you can wear Google Glass and it ties into things like Salesforce or towards LinkedIn and be able to pull up and say, hey look, this is Peter Schwartz, the SVP of Strategic Planning, and oh by the way, you just met him a few minutes ago. Yes, exactly. So these tools are coming out that are going to allow us to be superhuman in our jobs, that are going to allow us to be augmented and more productive, and they allow us to have connections with people and be empathetic in a way we've never been able to before. I encourage you to check out on the second floor, I believe the Moscone West, there's a whole station by the Einstein Innovation Group that has demos using the new Microsoft HoloLens and other examples to show you where we're headed with augmented reality and how it's going to improve our lives. So definitely go check that out. And this is just the beginning, right? So, right around the corner, I think everybody in here probably knows about this, the Magic Leap hopefully is coming very soon. It's an amazing device that actually, I think, is the next step for augmented reality and a combination with VR. It's very powerful. And also, if you thought Google was done with Google Glass, they've thrown a lot of other projects out there, and Daydream is a really interesting one where they're going to continue moving towards mobile VR and what's possible from that technology. And the last one's actually some glasses they showed at the CES from Samsung and Sony and other groups that are all moving towards the same way of bringing smaller and smaller form factors so we're not that awkward person with a giant headset in the middle of the train. So I'll end this really quickly because I know there's going to be a ton of questions coming up, but VR and AR are exciting, right? It's a level of entertainment that we haven't experienced before, and you're all going to want to live out your own fantasies in different ways. But I just want you to remember that VR and AR is really a new way to connect. We've had different technologies from television to movies to social media to our connectivity around the world. This is going to allow us to experience something in a new way. And it's a very powerful tool that helps us reach out to other human beings. And hopefully I've moved you on the dial from energetic to probably what I am is really an evangelist.